Oh no, where'd you guys go? Oh no, what happened? Oh yeah. That's the way to do it. Trying to entertain you guys. And I got the damn impact slipping. Oh, this old girl ain't right. Oh man!
How's it going? How are you doing?
Good. What's up?
Not much.
Religion stuff?
Yeah, I guess. Are you Brady Davis?
No.
Oh, you're not? Oh, okay.
Brady used to live here like 5 years ago.
Oh, really? Oh, dang.
Oh, you owe you guys money?
No, we were just the new missionaries wanted to meet him. Yeah. Is this your truck?
Yeah.
Oh, right on. That's awesome.
So I got the middle bracket installed. As you can see. Looks like they got some fancy bolts on this. This bracket, side bracket is on, but it's not tight yet. It connects with these two bolts. So it bolts with these bolts here, obviously. And then this big old bolt right there. I unfortunately don't have a socket big enough for it. So I need to go buy one tomorrow because it's like, I think the biggest one I have is a 35, which is what, like an inch and a quarter. I believe these are bigger. They're pretty big bolts. I don't know, maybe I do have a socket, but so this bracket's just to go on there. We got the front mounted. I had to put the radar. So if anybody's putting this on, this is your wiring harness for the radar. You got a lot of slack underneath there. There's a bunch of zip ties there. And you cut that slack off, and it'll allow you to move this radar up front. You need to have this guy, because if you don't have this guy, then your adaptive cruise and your cruise and all that crap won't work. So yeah, you want to have it. So yeah, that's about it. That's all we can do for tonight. Today, hopefully tomorrow we can hang this bad boy on. All right, all the brackets are on. Got a big old 1.5 inch socket for them bolts. That's what it takes. Got our wires over here hanging out for our lights. Gonna take these old girls off here, and we're gonna move all our tools out of the way. And then we're gonna attempt to put that on this cherry picker somehow without damaging it. And then I'm gonna put something on these jacks. I got another little transmission jack I think I'm gonna use. It's right there. And that I'm gonna put something on there so that don't get scratched up. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna open that to latch so that doohickey tilts down. Well, it's gonna stay in the up position, but this is gonna tilt down, and then we're just gonna attach it. But before I do that, I'm going to take all these bolts out in the front, and we're going to do some zip tying underneath where I remove that harness. As you guys can see, that's the radar. And if you follow your wiring, the way Peterbilt has it underneath here is it's zip tied and there's a lot of slack. I guess I take it's for when you need to remove the bumper and put it back on. You can cut this open, and I'm gonna put something over here though so it doesn't rub on this corner bracket and doesn't rub the wires through to protect it, and we should be good. All right, so we're gonna use that jack and we're gonna use that jack. The cherry picker method, I don't think it's gonna work very well, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm just waiting on some help. Soon.
That's a big ass Allen.
You're ruining my shot.
Oh, that's hot.
Well, she's on. Looks good. Let's close her up. Be hitting all the deers now. Herd bumper. Gotta put my lights on here still. Looks good though. Yeah, I gotta finish polishing it too, so don't judge. Oh, it's just great. Just blew an AC hose right there. Come on.
Yes, we're going to Mazda.
We're going to Mazda, Bert. Let's go. Let's go get our line.
But when we're back, we're going to eat the McDonald's.
We're going to go get McDonald's. That's right, because we eat healthy.
Extra fried sideways.
So me and Bert hopped in Fancy Hawk. So we got done doing what we were doing to him. And we fired up the engine, turned the AC on, and then all of a sudden, as you can hear, all this smoke just came out from underneath the hood. It went pop and went boom, and all this smoke. That line just blew apart. That's the, I believe that's the high pressure switch there, or some switch. Man, I don't know AC stuff. And we're gonna go get the line. Luckily, Peterbilt has it. The downside, how expensive is it?
I have no idea.
$330.
Why?
I know, let's go. But we gotta be comfortable.
Is your skin dry?
What kind of question is that?
Well, mine is.
I guess.
That's why I asked to go in the hot tub.
Well, the hot tub's gonna make it drier because the chlorine. Especially after you dry off.
I'm pretty sure I need cough medicine.
But you won't take it.
I'll take it.
You won't.
You remember the time when we were going on the plane? I take it.
No. You don't take off medicine. You're always stubborn.
Why do I like to fix stuff?
Well, yes, you should fix your cough. Let's go. Let's go get some healthy McDonald's. Don't want to lose that. Extra fries? We can do that. Pain in the ass. So replacing this line is fairly straightforward. Luckily my load's not even ready yet, so I got some time. But it's got the switch there, which wasn't plugged in that long ago, but you know, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to take out. There we go. Bolt. So this is the line that runs along there, and then it goes in through the radiator shroud. And as you can see, Comes out there, and it goes in there. I don't think it's, no, it's not held in anything. But as you can see, that line is actually starting to leak. So I think that's probably the source of our leakage here. And then it just bolts to the compressor. I think that's a 10 millimeter. So we got all our zip ties cut. We're gonna have to replace them obviously when we put it on. But other than that, let's get to work. Are we in luck? Is it a 10? Oh, it is. You know it's pathetic? $330 for that line. They don't even give you the freaking O-rings with it. That just shows you that they're all about making money these days. Holy crap, man. Well, that's it. The line's replaced. Oh, look. There's a piece of the old line. We'll keep it there as a souvenir. Hopefully we got this guy sorted out now. So that's the old line. This is where it failed. It just exploded. Like I said, me and the youngest, we were gonna move the truck back down to the parking spot from our driveway. Fired up the truck and the AC was off, so I turned the AC on real quick because it was hot in the truck. And all just within 1 second, it went boom, and all the smoke came out from underneath the hood. Instinct is like, what happened? What happened? Broke a cooling hose? No. As soon as I saw it, I was like, damn it, AC. And it's a little too hot to be running without AC right now, so I'm gonna have to fix it regardless. But yeah, so just gotta plug this guy in here now. And we're gonna go get our Freon. And as you guys remember, I replaced that condenser. So there's the line. And how it's ran up there. I don't really like it coming through that hole, but that's how they designed it. So this old girl is gonna go get fixed, I think next week we're gonna go, drop them off. Still have to run it one more week this week before I can do that, just because we're so busy with everything. And waiting for Alice to get back home with her new surprise from Arkansas. You know what really freaked me out is I thought I had a wheel seal going. Man, this thing keeps popping. It really needs fixed. But I gotta run one more week. Just gotta. But anyway, thought a bad wheel seal down there, right? That's oil residue. Well, I am just getting over being sick, but it didn't smell like gear oil. Usually you'll smell it, you know? Usually you'll smell it. So what happened was, in my honest, humble opinion, because I checked the gear oil in the hubs, the hub oil, gear oil is what I run in there. And, as soon as you open the cap, it just hits you right in the face. The stank, the smell. Well, anyway, that didn't smell like anything, just nothing. Well, come to find out, it smells just like that. The compressor oil. That's what it smelled like. And it must have just been leaking or something. When it exploded, it went down there and ran down here and just, I guess, made it wet. But I don't see the wheel seal leaking anymore, obviously. I mean, I know it's been sitting here, but I have a big old drip coming from there, so I think we're good now. And like I said, it just didn't smell like gear oil. So sometimes you might think you have a bad wheel seal, but it's something dripping on it, which is really an awkward spot. But I guess it just hit it just right for it to fool me like I was thinking it was a wheel seal, but clearly it's not. So, but if they see wet brakes, man, they'll get you. I'm gonna go because I'm sure everywhere else you guys have the same thing, but in California, them Freon cans are $10 of a pop for a core. So I'm gonna go take them back, buy 6 more, so we can have AC. Well, I was working pretty good. That's the way I usually charge them. I turn the fan on, 900 to 1,000 RPM, and that's how I charge them. On these Kenworths with the 72-inch, I noticed that 4 to 4.5 pounds. I mean, the sticker says 3, but they can't be right because at 3 pounds it doesn't even blow cold. So I always have good luck with 4 to 4.5 pounds on these trucks, and I just go off the pressure reading. And on the low side, I go about 25-27 psi, and that seems to do the trick on these Kenworths. Can't speak for the studio guys. I'm sure that takes a little bit more refrigerant because it's a bigger sleeper, so it has a little bit more capacity. And this guy right here, that's not shaky, smooth. It's a good way to blow up your engine. If you guys with CM871, 870, or Signature 600, 570 want one, the 570s is a little different. But if you, I'm just kidding about blowing up the engine. Obviously, it's gonna run a little hotter. I noticed my exhaust temps. She always likes to be around 850, but it'll push 950 degrees. Pulse turbo, obviously. And when you're pulling a hill and you have this turned off, when you flip it on, if you've ever felt the rush of like nitrous, it is literally almost the same thing on this truck. No joke. Like when you flip it, you just feel instant power. It's like you hit a 100 shot of nitrous or something on a car when you're pulling a hill. That just starts accelerating. So it's definitely like 100 horsepower in my opinion, and the 250 foot-pounds of torque that they advertise. Maybe one day I'll put it on a dyno and we can see. But that'd probably be after maybe this engine gets a kit. It's got all them miles on it, so probably don't want to dyno it anytime soon. Alright, well, we got the AC wrapped up. I'm going to let it sit, and then I'm going to let the pressure out of it, because that's what I always like to do. I might give this truck a quick vacuum up here real quick since I'm in here and the engine's running. I just plug my vacuum in it, and because obviously I'm a filthy little piggy. And then we're gonna put it aside, and actually no, I have to take that step box off because I have to tighten my light panels. I notice it's about to fall off. I think the bolt's loose, so join me for that, won't you? Well, we were able to access our panel from back there. Nice and tight. We're good to go. Sometimes they have Phillips on these, so I like to use a 1/4-inch ratchet and a screwdriver bit. That's a lot better than a screwdriver. Everything seems to be holding just fine. That line must have just been on the fritz. So, got the AC charged. We are pushing, as you guys saw, 39 degrees out the vents. That's about as good as it's gonna get. So, and no, I didn't change the dryer. Why? Because I don't think I needed to. Most AC guys will tell you that's the right way to doing it. Well, I'm here to tell you that I do things wrong all the time, and it seems to always work. Why didn't I change the dryer? Because I don't have the time. I want to spend some time with my kids. I don't want to work on trucks constantly all day long before I have to leave. So, who's gonna watch your kids, Martin? Don't worry about it. I'm taken care of. Family members for the win. So, we're gonna move Fancy out of the way. We're gonna park them back down there. We're gonna bring the pickup truck over here. We're gonna get this thing out of here, get those things out of there, put them down in the shed, and just hang out and go to work. I had the truck running and it's build pressure. Let's see if our EPU is leaking. Could it be? Did we maybe fix it? Look at that big glob of JB Weld. Just a temporary fix. Don't get all mad at me. It is literally a temporary fix till my radiator comes in, because I want to be able to use this thing on the road. Let's check our oil level. I gotta service it too. Yeah, it's gonna need some. Got filters coming for it and gonna service it. But yeah. All right, let's close Fancy up and be done with this. I like the way my wife has her tools organized. Clean some grounds off. Put this battery cover back on. See if it starts any better. Let's see. Old girl ain't been started in forever though. Huh. Well, that one then. Wish it through a check engine light, but it's primitive. Go on. Well, here's another week of us going back to work. Didn't really record much leaving the house because it's just one of those weeks where I don't want to leave. I don't know. It's kind of got a few things going on at home, and I don't know. Just, you know, one of those days. Miss the kids. The wife's in Arkansas, so I miss her too, but she wasn't home, so miss the kids. It's my daughter's birthday on Saturday, which I'll miss. It kind of sucks too. I guess maybe that's my deal, because she'll be 12, and she's an awesome kid. She knows, and she understands that part of my job is, well, I'm not always going to be here for everything, and kind of gets you here, but she gets it. She's an awesome kid. She doesn't watch this, but maybe she'll watch this episode and it'll be like, oh, my dad thinks I'm an awesome kid. Actually, she knows that. She thinks the same of me too. Anyway, I'm gonna go check in. I don't think our load's ready, but who knows. I'd rather show up here earlier and wait, and worst case scenario, hang out for a little bit than, leaving the house way too late and getting here and the trailer's ready. Well, let's go check in and see what's going on. So, I'm not a very happy camper today about a couple things, and I'm not really going to get into it, but I am going home. I have a problem with the truck. Everything was fine when I left. That wheel seal is leaking. I can't get it fixed tonight. It's leaking it bad enough where I don't want to go and try to wing it and try to fix it tomorrow because the loads are due. And in case I can't get it fixed, and in case this bearing runs dry, which it probably will run dry, because I can smell it in here. I'm sick, so I can't smell things, but right now I can smell it because it's on my hand. And like I said, everything was fine. I checked the truck over twice, and I know I talked about having a little bit of oil on there, but when I looked inside the hub, I didn't see anything, and that oil residue was oil from the compressor on top of the shoe. That freaked me out. And I don't know if this is just a coincidence or a sick joke that is being played on me. But the seal started leaking because that's kind of, I looked underneath. I always look underneath the truck when I get here, and the shoes were wet. I'm like, fuck, excuse my language, just my luck. I'm here to do a job, and now this. So I call him up and I said, hey, can we push this back a little bit? I can go get my other truck. Well, how long is it going to take you? I said, well, probably at least a minimum of 5 to 6 hours by the time I get back, because it's going to take me an hour and a half to go home, and I need to move all my stuff over. So I said, probably about 5 hours. Nope. Called me back and said, nope. I said, well, the load's just going to sit here, right? And you guys don't have anybody on it. Nope. So I'm not going to get into that. what the hell's going on here lately, but I understand the loads need to be moved, but I wish I could run this load because I really want to, and I'm not trying to be that person, but crap happens to these trucks and you can't foresee everything, and you know, things like this will happen, and unfortunately this is probably a very costly oops in the count of thousands. And I'm not even talking about the job, because at this point, if I don't get to go out and run tomorrow, I'm just going to do this myself. But the revenue lost here is just... And now, new trucks lose wheel seals too. Don't even get me started on that. You guys tell me, go buy a new truck, don't run old trucks. No, wheel seals just fail. And I don't know if this one's original or not. I don't know. I'm going home.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. I've been on the flex since flex zone.